Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. Today we're going to be making a super easy and delicious chocolate sheet cake with a hazelnut chocolate frosting. So if you want to learn how to make this delicious sheet cake, please keep watching and I will show you exactly how I do it. In a bowl, we're going to start by adding 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and it looks like I'm adding a lot because I'm actually using a half cup measurement. I cannot find my full cup measurement. But to that we're going to add 2 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. To that we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 tablespoon of baking soda. We're going to add 1/4 teaspoon salt and a half cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder. Now we're just going to whisk all these ingredients together just to evenly distribute them amongst each other. Ideally, I would recommend for you to sift all these ingredients together, but you know what? I totally forgot to do that, so whisking it works totally fine as well. So yeah, just if you don't have a sifter, you can just whisk it together. It'll work just fine. Moving on to our wet ingredients, we're going to start out by adding a half a cup of sour cream to a bowl, and to that we're going to add 1.5 cups of buttermilk. Next, we're going to add 1 cup of coffee, whatever coffee you want to use. You can use instant coffee, that works just fine as well, but some good coffee is fine. Also a 3/4 cup of vegetable oil or whatever unflavored oil that you have, and 3 whole large eggs. Also 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and we're just going to whisk all these ingredients together just to get everything nice and well combined. And now we're going to add our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients by whisking it as we add the wet ingredients into our dry. Mixing your batter, you're going to notice that it's nice and smooth and it's just pourable. It's beautiful. Once the batter is ready, I'm going to go ahead and pour it into my half sheet pan, which I have lined with parchment paper. Once your cake batter is poured, you're just going to go ahead and grab your spatula and even out your batter just to create one even layer. That way your cake bakes evenly. And you're also going to tap it on your countertop a few times just for the same purpose. And then once you're done doing all that, you're going to pop it in your 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on your oven. Okay, so my cake is nicely baked. It's perfect in the center and it baked for 23 minutes. So again, your oven may be different, so it may vary in time, but mine baked perfectly after 23 minutes. Okay, so now we're just gonna let our cake cool, and then in the process, we're just gonna make our frosting. For our frosting, we're gonna start out by using 3 sticks of room temperature butter, and we're just going to cream that with our hand mixer for about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, just to get it nice and creamy and fluffy. Because you want it to be fluffy because it is frosting after all, and you want it to be nice and smooth. Once your butter is nice and pillowy and soft, you're going to add 4 cups of powdered sugar and also 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. And again, you're just going to go ahead and use your hand mixer and just combine everything together and just create this delicious frosting. Basically, you're on your way to making frosting. Always make sure to scrape down the sides of your bowls to make sure that you have everything incorporated nice and evenly. To that, we're adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and also 3/4 cup of Nutella spread. If you like your icing super duper sweet, you can definitely add a lot more Nutella, but I feel like 3/4 cup is good enough for this amount of frosting. Now that our frosting is done, I'm going to remove the parchment paper from the bottom of the cake. And for that, I'm just going to flip it over into another pan, remove the parchment paper, and then re-flip it back to the original pan, and then we'll frost it. You don't have to do that step. You can leave the parchment paper on. It's just something that I do, so it's totally up to you. Now to frost our cake, I'm just using an ice cream scooper to kind of scoop the icing on. It's just, you don't have to do this. It's just, just to spread it out evenly. You can just take out all the icing, plop it in the center or on different sides of the cake or on different areas, surface areas of the cake, and just spread it out that way. It's just me being meticulous, but I mean, there's no real purpose to doing this other than just trying to evenly spread the icing just in an easier manner. And then with an icing spatula, just spread your icing out all over the surface of the cake nice and evenly. Now I will say this is a sheet cake made at home. It does not need to look professional. It does not need to look perfect. It's a sheet cake. It's supposed to look homemade. And then I'm just going to pour some sprinkles over the edges of the cake just to give it just a kind of a design. Again, it's a sheet cake. It's supposed to be super easy, super fast, nothing professional. So I'm just spreading it all around the cake and some also in the center of the cake just to spread out the sprinkles nice and evenly throughout the surface of the cake. Look at that moist, delicious chocolate cake. Let's go ahead and eat. So good. What I love about this frosting is that it's not overpoweringly sweet. It's smooth. It's just perfect. It goes so well with this delicious moist cake. This is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed making this simple and delicious sheet cake with me. And believe me, it's so easy. You can make it throughout the weekday to surprise your family. You can even make it for a birthday. It is delicious. It's like birthday grade cake. I hope that you do try it at home. Believe me, you will not be disappointed. I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.